But Sandy, if you need it, then I'll keep my bland enamel one, and you can take the real Pip to share with Andy Hamilton. Oh.
Well, that was indescribable.
Thank you very much.
And with that, and not for the first time, Jeremy Hardy gave me the Pip.
Oh, hooray! Just one left to find. All right, Pippy friends, where is it?
But this time the Pips just look confused. If Pips could shrug, that's what these Pips would have done. And as it happens, they can. So they did.
They don't seem to know where it is.
Well, that's funny, because I do.
Really? You know where we can find the last Pip?
What's the magic word?
Please?
No, the magic word for minstrels.
Oh, God. Encore?
Oh, well, if you insist.
Sorry, Andy, I'm sorry.
Now the Grand Inquisitor of Radio 4 lives in a castle in the sky.
I'm a little bit sick in the back of my
islanders all fear him, and none of them will go near him. He can kill you with the question, he can slay you with the sigh. With a head.
Oh, please, have mercy.
Just skip to the end, minstrel.
Now, all right, Philistines. Well, Sandy, if you want it, your Pips are the Grand Inquisitors, but rather you than me, mate, 'cause he's not a fan of visitors. Oh.
A magic castle in the sky? How on earth do we get up there?
That's your problem. My talents extend only as far as singing, I'm afraid. Farewell.
And so saying, the minstrel immediately went a long way away. A very long way away. And left Andy and I trying to work out how to reach the Grand Inquisitor's castle.
No, we are not summoning the genie.
Oh, come on.
I just don't think this is our time of direst need.
Well, OK, let's ask this nearby flock of inquisitive sheep. Hey, sheep, should I summon the genie? There you go.
Sandy, you've got to stop making important decisions based on the whims of nearby livestock. I've told the same thing.
Well, what else can we do? We've only got your stupid whistle and this...
Useless packet of seeds.
We're not useless.
We can help. We can help.
What was that? Did it come from inside the packet?
Hello.
Goodness! Talking and slightly camp seeds.
Beans, actually. Hello, today we're the guests of Sandy and Andy, and joining me in the packet I have Peter Bean Gibbs and Matthew Bean Wilson, your Magic Beans Question Time panel. And our first question, please.
Hello, I've recently become the owner of what I thought was a packet of ordinary green garden onion seeds, but which have unaccountably started talking back to me. What was your advice?
Peter Gibbs Bean, this lady's getting some back chat from her garden produce. What's going on?
Well, Eric, for a start, we're not seeds, but beans. In fact, I've never even heard of green garden onions.
Interesting. Matthew Bean Wilson, anything to add?
Well, only that there are certain signs, such as the talking that you mentioned, which strongly point to us being magic beans, or to give us our Latin name, Leguminous Hocus Pocus.
And the next question, please, from the gentleman on your right.
Well, I find myself in the unusual circumstance of wanting to climb up into the sky. Could a packet of magic beans help me with that, I wonder?
Ah, yes. This question comes round again and again. Matthew?
Well, it sounds to me as if what would be ideal in your circumstances is a fast-growing giant beanstalk. Now, certainly magic beans like ourselves can grow to tremendous heights, but unfortunately, even as we speak, I'm being devoured by a rather interesting specimen of two spotted spider mites, so I'm afraid I'm not in peak condition. Get off!
And how about you, Peter? Are these good conditions for planting you?
Well, I'm not sure. What sort of soil do you have here?
Sandy.
Yes?
That's no good for me, I'm afraid.
Well, that just leaves me. And luckily, for me, it's perfect. So my topical tip for you, Sandy, is to make a hole about 3 centimetres deep, pop me in it, that's right, and then cover me up with soil.
How long do we have to wait?
Well, you have to say the magic words.
Well, what are the magic words?
Can't you guess the magic words you need to say to make an Eric Robson bean shoot up to the sky.
Oh, you mean onwards and upwards.
Onwards and upwards!
And so we held on for dear life as the beanstalk soared into the air and deposited us in front of the vast and forbidding castle of the Grand Inquisitor.
Oh, this is hopeless. Look at it, Andy. Barred doors, patrolling guards, moat full of sharks, and even if we got in, there must be hundreds of rooms to search. We'll never find the last Pip.
Oh, there it is.
Where?
Right there, just lying on the ground, under that sign reading, Free Pip, help yourself.
But as soon as we stepped towards it, the ground gave way beneath our feet, and we found ourselves sliding unstoppably down a long metal chute.
A dungeon! It was a trap!
And now we're at the mercy of the Grand Inquisitor, helpless captives for him to come and question to within an inch of our lives whenever he chooses.
We're not quite helpless. We've still got the magic lamp.
Yeah, maybe this is the time of direst need. I'm still not sure, though.
All right, let's ask the various repulsive spiders, cockroaches and creepy crawlies that infest this dungeon. Should I summon the genie?
How the hell should we know? Make up your own minds.
Do you know, I'm not sure you've quite got into the spirit of audience participation. Spiders.
No, they are quite articulate, the spiders,
yeah.
I'll be fair.
But all right then, I will.
Are you sure that's wise?
Who said that?
Because a lot of people are worried that you're too quick to resort to extravagant genie summoning without fully exploring the cheaper alternatives.
Oh, Andy, look. It's the sweet little feedback mouse.
Oh, yeah. I've been wondering where he got to lately.
Never mind that. Sandy, you claimed you would rescue the Pips and return them to Broadcasting House, yet you are trapped in the dungeon of the Grand Inquisitor. Isn't that a pretty catastrophic failure?
Oh, not at all. I'm sure we'll escape somehow.
Well, you say that, but Mrs. Hilda Frimley from Northants disagrees. She writes,
Why, oh why, are the so-called heroes of this panto moping around in prison when they've only got about 15 minutes left to save the day? Is this what I pay my licence for? Come on, BBC.
Well, I would say to Hilda that she has a poor understanding of the basic structure of pantomimes, and she should wait till the end before criticising.
And another letter's just come in. Gerald Pugh of Gravesend writes,
I have been listening with growing dismay and blind unreasoning fury to Miss Chocksdick, not a very English name, I fancy, claiming she's going to escape somehow when everyone knows the Grand Inquisitor is merciless, unstoppable, indefatigable, and, if I have timed the posting of this letter correctly, and I think I have, just about to enter the dungeon now!
No!
Welcome to your interrogation. Thank you. My name is Grand Inquisitor, and as the screams of my prisoners fade away, it's my enormous pleasure to welcome you once again to the dungeon. And of course, to welcome my two talented, exciting, doomed victims this week, Sandy Toksvig and Andy Hamilton. Sandy, we start with you. And the topic on which I would like to hear from you is what I was doing trespassing on the Inquisitor's land. You have forever to talk about that, starting now.
We're very sorry. We just wanted our Pip back.
And you seem to have stopped. Well, as this is the first time that you've been interrogated by me, I shall give you the benefit of the doubt on this occasion. And I shall give you just one twist of the rack.
Oh, are we going to be stretched? That's a silver lining anyway.
Our special rack, of course, which inexplicably somehow makes victims shorter.
No!
Sandy, you keep the subject, and you still have forever to talk about it, starting now.
Really, we just came for the Pip. There's nothing else to tell you.
Yeah, it's true, that's it.
Ah, Andy Hamilton has interrupted. What's your challenge, Andy?
I don't have a challenge. She just told you everything.
Well, what we say on these occasions is that the rats and spiders have enjoyed your contribution. So we give you a bonus twist of the rack. And one for Sandy for incorrect interruption. But Sandy still has a subject, and she now has forever still to talk about it.
Andy, stop him. Somehow make him stop.
But how? He's quite clearly capable of going on like this for decades.
You must have something that could stop him.
No, nothing. I've got nothing at all, unless you count my luxury item, which is useless, obviously.
Actually, I think it might be worth a try.
OK, here goes.
Ah!